What is going on YouTube? Nate with another video, and today I'm going to be reacting to the final openings for the final season of Fairy Tail. And yes, I did react to the old openings. I'll link that somewhere up here. I can't remember where it is, but I did react to those a while back, and I actually completed Fairy Tail. When I first watched those openings, I hadn't started Fairy Tail, and I was wondering if I should get into it. And in my personal opinion, I think the storyline is okay, but in terms of entertainment, the show is not that entertaining. You think a show about fighting would have better, action scenes, but they were meh. Like, it could have been better. And I think that's kind of a reason why people don't really like Fairy Tail, because it's just the fights are just not that good. I think the animation could have been way better, and they kind of dropped the ball on it. Anyway, let's just jump right into these openings and watch them. And I have seen them before, but I can just talk along and kind of give my opinion on them. Oh, one thing I gotta say is, having watched the series, I didn't like how the animation changed. Like, in the original Fairy Tail, and then once the future seasons came out in, like, what, I think 2016, I think, if I'm not wrong, I didn't like how the animation changed. I just feel like it wasn't drawn as well. Like, I didn't like how their eyes changed and stuff. I feel like they kind of got lazy with it, but that's my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, the animation is better. Like, it looks better, but I just feel like their faces changed and stuff, and they didn't really need to change like the animation of like the eyes, for example, like how the eyes were drawn. But yeah, I mean, Fairy Tail is pretty interesting. I think it had a good plot, but I just feel like it was just poorly done for a lot of the fights. Like, when you watch a show that's supposed to be about action and like adventure, like, you want to get some good fights out of it, but a lot of the fights were just talking, and they're talking about like the power of friendship, and then a couple of punches are thrown, and then like it's over. Like, it's not the most entertaining thing in the world. So I guess that's what makes it so hard to watch. Like, if I watch Fairy Tail again, like, there's a lot of arcs I would skip, probably a lot of episodes as well, because just like it would be hard to sit through them again. Oh shoot, I didn't even talk about that first opening. It was okay. I liked it. It wasn't too bad. I think this opening's better though. I think the people from that other continent, they all had some crazy abilities. So I mean, if we could have got some proper fights, I feel like it would have been so much better. But yeah, they were all super strong, so it just shows you they were going like pretty mellow on the fights. In terms of like every fight we've seen, they were all evenly balanced. Every time they had an opponent. And then, they come to this fight, the people from, Spriggan, that's the other continent. Kind of a spoiler. We haven't seen it yet. But they were crazy strong. Like, a lot of the reasons why they even beat some of them was just strictly plot armor. So, they literally could not beat those characters. And if it wasn't for plot armor, I'm not sure what would have happened. But, I mean, it's Fairy Tail. Like, there's, like, nothing bad happens. So it's hard to really say what would have happened, because I'm sure they would have just found some other way to defeat them if what did happen didn't happen. I say one thing I can appreciate though as well is, I like the character designs. I feel like the creator put a lot of effort into, creating all the different characters and stuff, and all the different abilities. So every time they went against a new opponent, it was always like something new and different. Unless like they were like a slayer, because you know there was like what the God Slayer, the Devil Slayer, the Dragon Slayer. So that's a little repetitive, but I mean everything else was kind of unique for the most part. Watching this back, I can see like how much of the show like it reveals. Oh, like now you can see all the pieces. Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to understand just from watching it like for the first time. But if you have like that backstory, like seeing these scenes makes more sense now. I like this opening though. I think it's better than the previous ones I played. I feel like for me, a lot of the fairy tale openings weren't that memorable. Like the only one I can say was super memorable was like the first one. But I think anyone that's watched fairy tale, finds the first opening probably would say like the first opening is actually maybe like the best one. But this is a good opening, not gonna lie. The one thing I guess I'm kind of sad about is that they never found a fairy, There's always that question of, do fairies actually exist? Maybe it would have been nice if they actually saw a fairy. That would have been cool, but they didn't. But overall, those openings were pretty good. They're not bad. I feel like the openings were one of the good things about fairy tale, at least. Like, you can't really mess up an opening. Some songs, hit better than others. But generally speaking, I wouldn't say an opening's ever a miss. Like, oh, they just messed up, they picked a bad song. Like normally, it's alright. It's something you can wrap your head around. But Fairy Tail as a show, I think it's alright. It's kind of sad that this is the final season because I do know there's like another manga arc for like the 100-year quest. I think it's still ongoing. Maybe I'll read it once it finishes because I kind of do want to know what happens. We did get like a little, time skip at the end of the series. That's another spoiler if you haven't watched it yet. I won't say too much, but there is more things that I wish they kind of showed us that they didn't. So hopefully we get to see that. But if you like this, let me know what else you guys would like to see in the comments down below. And that's all for me, but I hope you guys take care.